Hi guys, it's Jessica here for another updates video. This is trying to cover the last few months of dolly happenings in my hobby. There have been a lot of things that have been going on and that I haven't been updating social media very well about. I'm very active in the doll hobby, working on my dolls and sewing and enjoying that very much, but I just haven't had the time or inclination to make videos or put a lot of effort into updating social media. I go through phases and that's okay. It's nice to take a break or just focus on what you feel like focusing on. It's your downtime after all. This isn't my job. I have a job. But this video I want to talk about centaurs. So ball jointed doll centaurs. I thought when I first got into the hobby, I was all about the ball jointed doll centaurs. I looked at the Zoom ones, the big SD ones, which if you've seen those compared to other SDs, they're actually not that big. But I love those so much, and I really wanted a centaur doll. I looked at the Zoom. They have some MSD sized ones and little tiny baby ones, and then the SD, and then Lutz had some, again I think MSD and some of those really tiny baby ones, so my first Zoom, or my first centaur was a Zoom. It was a Zoom MSD, a Zoom shell, and I was really disappointed. And I found that especially for the older Zoom dolls, like the jointing is, they're single jointed, and the posing is just not the best, and the dolls were disappointing to me. Really super cute, but as far as the centaur body went, the sculpting wasn't even that like great, and really disappointed. And then Soul Doll Ahiel, she came on the market, or her pre-order came up, and I loved her. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to shell Nila on this centaur body. And you could get the centaur body in pink resin, and so I got that. I got the full blushing, and it came, and again, I was just very disappointed. The posing was just really awful. The body was awkward. Like the Zoom and the Ahiel Centaur, they can stand there. They're good at that. But they can't really do anything else. They can stand and maybe kind of lift a foot up a little bit, but just really can't do anything. And I was really disappointed in the centaur dolls, and I kind of wrote them off. Like Nila, in part of the story and the RPs I've had with my friends, Nila, in some times, she has a centaur form. So it's a deer tor, actually, but yeah, she can be a centaur, and I always wanted to shell her as that. Like this picture up here, I don't know if we can see it, that's actually a picture I drew of her, and the body is taken inspiration with the way they painted it. The Ahiel Centaur body, that picture up there is inspired by that. So it didn't work out. I sold the Ahiel Centaur body, and I put my Zoom shale on basically a human body. So I wrote it off. Like that, it's just not, they just aren't what I would like them to be, and I'm just not going to bother with those. Again, the Fairyland Centaurs came out, and I liked them a lot. But I still had it in my back of my mind that, you know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do centaurs. They just haven't worked for me. They don't work in my collection. But every time I would see one, they'd be one for sale or on the marketplace. Like they just looked like they really worked good. And so I think it was probably like almost a year, if not more, after the release of the Fairyland Centaurs. So they had Lucy Wynn was the first one, and then Circa was the second. And then they also released the Real Fee Centaurs. So I decided to go ahead and finally go for it. I was going to get the Fairyland MSD body. I was going to buy one for Nila. So I did. And so here's Nila on her Fairyland Centaur body. And this is the Lucy Wynn version. And it's absolutely freaking gorgeous. I think I posted a lot more in my stories. There's been kind of this thing with me that I feel like my photography is crappy, and that I'm not doing my dolls justice. And so I quit posting a lot to social media. I never felt like I looked good, so I didn't want to take videos. Also the time. But just kind of like this kind of self-consciousness about people seeing what I lack or whatever, the skills that that I don't have. I don't know. It just kind of, I just didn't feel like updating anymore. But I think I shared quite a bit of her in my stories, and then maybe finally made an actual post on Instagram showing her. But she's very, very posable. I'll try to, as I'm talking here, I'll try to put up some pictures of some of the poses I've gotten her in. She lounges, she can lay down. And one of the things that I was very, very interested in, or wasn't sure how it was going to work, is how she interact with, say, her sister, who was back here, and I actually put her on the bunny legs that I had her on. And then also her family, so her mom, her dad, Verve, her sister, so other family members, so that the SD dolls, like how would it look with Nila on her centaur body with her parents and stuff like that. And I'll try to be putting some pictures up here as I'm blabbing to show you guys that, because it's so, I loved it. I thought it was so sweet. I have a bunch of pictures of Nila kind of curled up on her sister's lap or on her mom's lap, reading the book with Elowen, and it just, the body it does everything that I always wanted a ball jointed doll centaur body to do, and it's just so awesome. Really, really. If you like centaur dolls, you will like it. You're going to like the Fairyland. And anatomy stuff is the best I've ever seen for any centaur body. Like, I think it's always difficult to reproduce things in the hind legs that happen with quadrupedal animals and reproduce that in a jointed toy form. But I really think they did an excellent job. And she just does the cutest poses. Her tail is magnetic. And she uses it actually for some poses where she's rearing and things. The tail can be really, really helpful. I did order some more of this mohair, wefted mohair, because I would like to make her a matching tail. And Erlif Myth on Etsy is the one who made this wig. And I asked her to make me some wefts that were similar. So I have those, and I've seen other people do it. I just need to kind of figure it out. probably make like a little kind of mini head cap thing to stick on this, and then glue the hair on that somehow. So I have some ideas how to do it. It's just one of those things that I haven't sat down to do. And I experimented around making her some cute bloomers, fluffy shorts for her butt. And it's just one of those projects that I just haven't gotten back to. But she's actually wearing, this is a beautiful Rawakan corset with embroidered butterflies on it. And then I made her blouse, and just a little skirt to go under it. And for a long time, she was wearing a really big floofy skirt, and I love that look. I love the look of Centaur dolls in big floofy skirts. I freaking love it. But for showing off the body, the short skirt is a lot better. But yeah, so I went to make some fluffy shorts, skirts, and cute little leg bands. And I do want to blush her, and it's one of those things. It's on my list of projects. The one thing I kick myself is that I didn't take advantage of getting one of the mint Centaur bodies, because there was a bunch on the market. They were just there all the time, and by the time that I finally said, okay, I am going to buy one of these bodies, they were all white. Well, the only ones that were available were white ones. There was I think an Agratan on DOA that they never answered me, so I assume that body is probably already gone and they never checked DOA. That's the problem with the DOA marketplace. If you see a really good deal there that's been sitting there for 2 years, yeah, it's not there anymore. But you have to try, right? Just in case. Yeah, because I have been wrong. I have contacted them and they've been still available, so you always got to try. So Nila is, she is a jury 11? I'm pretty sure she's jury 11. But she is one of she's the smiling one, which I love. And I know a lot of people don't like it, and, a lot of people don't like dolls that have strong expressions. And the longer I am in the hobby, the more I do. I would love to have one of the crying dolls, or one of the Supia. I think Supia makes one, and Dollitz makes a smiling girl. The Supia girl, I think, is SD, and the Dollitz girl is MSD. But I love those smiling sculpts. So this sculpt, when I decided that I wanted to have Nila in an MSD size scale doll, I tried to go for some cheaper alternatives that were easier to get, but this was the sculpt for her. And I've just been so happy ever since. It's just so perfectly Nila. Yeah, very, very happy with her. I just love how she's come together. Again, as I've been talking and blabbing here, hopefully I've figured out how to get some photos uploaded, so that you can kind of see some of the things. This is Elowin, and she is Nila's little sister. I'm going to take her headband off so it doesn't go flying. And they're both of these girls are deer. They are fae that are a deer people, basically. So they can become deer. It's complicated, but there were no deer hooves or deer legs that I wanted or liked for I know, is it called Rin? And I do have it, but the point is I really liked the bunny legs. I really liked the bunny legs, and the way they pose and the character of them. So and then I got these quite a while ago, and Nila was wearing them. When I got Nila her Centaur body, these moved to her little sister, and then these came later too. What did they come? Oh, they came with a real fee. Yeah, okay, that's another story. But yes, these I know she's got ears, like she's got her elf ears and she's got ears. I don't care. I love it. I think it's adorable. I don't know why or how she has it. She just does, okay? Because it's cute. That's my only excuse for that. But I do love these bunny legs, the way they pose. Yeah, Fairyland has done a very good job with these latest fantasy dolls. I haven't handled one of the mermaid seahorse dolls yet. I'm not as interested in that, but they're beautiful. They sure are beautiful. She's wearing a embroidered Raocan corset that I am so excited that I was able to get my hands on. It's got a deer on it. And I made her blouse. This is made out of a beautiful, beautiful fabric that Ophelia Dolls sent to me. I have bought several dolls from her now, but I had bought Dulce Mystic Body from her, and she sent me some really gorgeous fabrics with that. So I made these little shorts. These shorts I made quite a while ago, and then made her a blouse. Her and her sister wearing like the same cut of blouse, just different fabrics. And she has a face up by again by Fitzwig, which is just lovely. So very, very happy with my sisters, and I love them together on these two fantasy these Fairyland fantasy parts. And I would, again, the goal is eventually everybody's gonna get blushed. I would love all of my dolls to have full body blushing and manis and petties, and so those things are things I want to do. People always ask me, "Oh, are you gonna do that?" I'm like, someday, someday. I don't really sell dolls, so someday it'll happen because they ain't going nowhere. I don't see the point a lot of times in selling dolls because you can't get what you paid and you just lose out. So, and it's a big pain in the butt. So I sell very few. Once I got Nila and I got this Centaur body and was so blown away. Oh, let me check and see what time it is because I have an appointment. Come on, computer. Okay, I have about a half an hour. Okay. Anyways, I was totally blown away by the Centaur body. It was everything I'd wanted and then some. I was so happy and thrilled with it. There was a real fee Centaur body that was on the marketplace, and it'd been there for a while and had been marked down a few times. And also that was kind of what stirred me to buy this, was because it was it had finally come down to like the price that I had told myself if I ever saw a Centaur body for this amount, that I'm gonna get it. So there was that. I had come to the point where I wanted one, but had a certain price in mind. So anyways, this real fee body was ridiculously low price. And so before I bring it over here, my Chibi Moon, my Lily Cat Chibi Moon, has a waist joint. And I kind of had it in my mind that maybe I could hybrid, maybe I could hybrid that girl onto the real fee body. Like, it was a huge, like, that I didn't see anybody had done it. I had no measurements. It was just like, maybe that would work. So I bought this body, and it came in and it was amazing. And I took apart my Lily Cat Chibi Moon, and it fit perfectly. Here she is. This is my Lily Cat Chibi Moon in caramel resin, and this is, maybe this is Agratan. I can't remember now. I think maybe it's just the normal tan. But it was, I could not pass up the price. And I'll try to, again, I'll try to put in some pictures here of her without not wearing any clothes so you can see how awesome. She has this little pot belly and it just fits perfectly. So happy. I just, oh my gosh, so extremely happy. And the Real Fee body, I'm gonna take this off so it doesn't go flying off. The Real Fee Centaur body is just as amazing as the big one, and because it's smaller and lighter, it can do even more crazy, amazing poses and be very stable. Very, very cute. Just, ugh, like, is that not the cutest centaur in the world? Love it so much. Yeah, and again, I would like to body blush the centaur and all of that. She's wearing a Hazel's Aesthetics mohair wig, one of the ones that's on the hide, and it was a little big for her, so I did some surgery on it to make it smaller, make it fit better, and I love it. I love my Chibi Moon anyways. I was so extremely in love with my Chibi Moon, but having her on the centaur body, so I had pre-ordered a they call it, it's mint resin, but I think Lily calls it amande, which might mean almond in French, I'm not sure. But anyways, a mint resin Chibi Moon. I put it on layaway and had paid it off in, like 4 or 5 months or something like that. And they came in and they were being shipped, and I'm like, I want to put her on a centaur body too. So I found one for, again, an amazing price, and it arrived before my mint Chibi Moon did. But she came in too, and she immediately got put onto a white centaur, Real Fee Centaur body. And they have magnetic removable tails too. So it'd be fun to make tails that match their wigs, but we'd have to track down some more. Like, this was a wig that was made by Moderately Vivid for my other chibi. There you go. And I like how it looks on this girl. Beautiful. Oh my gosh, this doll is so pretty. Look at her. She had two girls, 2 different colors that went on pre-order, and it was this amande mint color and a lilas purple, I think that's what it's called. And oh my gosh, I love them both so much. But I loved how, let's see if you can see that. I loved the face up on the mint Chibi Moon. I mean, so it's got these little white freckles. Yeah, I don't know. I apologize if you can't even see that at all. It's blurry. And so I chose the mint girl. Well, I was so sad that I wasn't able to do the lavender girl too. But I kept my eye out for one later on the secondhand market. And I mean, I knew that she would show up, like, of course. So I was able to, well, I shouldn't say that. I really was sad that I missed out on the Little Cat Devon. It was a stock sale too. Oh my gosh, I was so sad. But I just couldn't do it at the time. And I have never seen one of those girls come up on the secondhand market. If they have, I haven't seen them. So anyways, isn't she freaking beautiful and just so adorable, like meant to be. And by the way, both of these girls are wearing little corsets that I made them. And I did have little skirts on them and stuff too, which is really super cute. But I wanted everyone to be able to see them. And I guess I did reveal my little chibi centaur in that last video I did, if you made it to the end. Yeah, very, very cute. So one more centaur thing to show you. I'm going to move this girl over here. So let me grab her. So remember how well and nicely the chibi moon hybrided onto the little centaur, the Realfie centaur body. I did an experiment with my lily cat Kitty Jolie, because she has the same body as the chibi moon. It was 3D scanned and printed in a smaller size, so it's the exact same body. So I did a little experiment and to see if that would work as well, and this is the result. So this is my Lily Cat Chibi Moon, and it's not quite the perfect amazing fit as the Realfie, and this is a circa body, so the waist is a little bit different. It's got the embossing on the hooves. I think that's pretty much the only difference. Otherwise, all the other sculpting's the same. The waistband is a little different, and then the embossing on the hooves between the Circa and the Lucy Win. And then these wings, I'd gotten these wings I wanted to use them for Nila, and she can wear them for some photos and stuff, but they were just over the top. Like, she couldn't snuggle with her mom and in photos and stuff as easily when she had her big giant wings on. So my Kitty Jolie is wearing them. And so my Kitty Jolie is Edith. She has a character, but that character is not a centaur. So I'm using the sleeping face plate because it is a different character. So I might put the open-eyed faceplate on here and just use different color eyes so that it's not the same character. Oh, I love it, love it, love it, love it. So gorgeous. These wings are incredible. The posing, the mechanics of them, and I'd always been kind of wary of them because I was worried that they would just be super fragile, and I mean, yeah, you don't want to go dropping them and flinging them and stuff like that, but they're actually pretty darn sturdy. I mean, you can play with them. You can play with the doll and move the wings around. They are jointed. They've got this really amazing jointing system. Pretty. I don't ever want to. And the little booklets that come with instructions like how to string it and stuff, they're like we don't recommend that you take it apart. And it's like, ugh. So again, I do want to blush the parts, and do they go a little more? Just a little bit. I do want to blush everything. Whether I do that or eventually commission somebody else, I don't know. But like, this is like my little girl fantasies come to life here. These centaur dolls with wings, and oh my gosh, I would have died and gone to heaven if little 10-year-old or 12-year-old me had beautiful dolls like this. Yeah, and this is another wig that it was a Purple Heart BJD wig, and very, very beautiful. Thick. The other one I have is a much thinner wig, which I like. I mean, it's more realistic as far as the volume, but I love this. Like, it's just over the top gorgeous, and the color is amazing. And it doesn't fit her exactly as far as the head cap, but with her little magnetic ears and some sticky tack or poster tack, it works pretty good. Let's see, what time is it? Oh, I'm doing good. So that was my Centaur update. The Centaurs have arrived, and there we go, you can kind of see everybody. So I've got the Lilas Purple Chibi Moon that's actually been shipped. That's another one from France that is just like seeming to take forever. Like they just hold it, like French customs just holds it forever. I don't know what's going on there. And then I have a real fee centaur body on layaway for her. Yep, crazy about the centaurs. Yeah. So, all right, I think I'll wrap it up. I am going to make some more updates videos, probably not today because I'm going to have to leave now. But I have lots of other updates still to make. That's why I split these up, because I know in all, if I talked as much as I want, that's probably 3 or 4 hours of updates. So, all right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.